All right, I see we have at least 3 of our SLC members on the call with us this morning. Here in just a minute, we'll go ahead and get started and we'll make some brief introductions and then we'll talk to you a little bit about the program and hopefully answer your questions. All right, I count 15, Marianne. Is that what you see as well? I think we were expecting a few more, but we'll go ahead and we'll get started. That way we can honor everybody's time. Again, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I am Michelle Bellamy. I am the Director of the Graduate Program in Information Technology and Management. And we're here this morning to talk to you a little bit about the program and hopefully answer any important questions that you may have. Before we get started, we'll go ahead and have some brief introductions. Marianne Lacko is also on the call. Marianne, if you want to say hi and introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Like Professor Bellamy said, I'm Marianne Lacko. I'm the information specialist for the ITM program. I assist with certificates, internships, any kinds of questions that you guys may have. I'm happy to answer them. Good morning.
Marty, she's actually a wealth of information and can help you with many different things. So we're very fortunate to have her as part of our program. We also have several of our SLC representatives with us on the call today. These are peers that you should get to know. They're really cool people, but on top of that, they have a lot of great information and can help you with a lot of different aspects in the program. So we have Rishab on, if you'll give us a wave. Kartik, and then I think I see Rohit, and then I also see Kushi. Hi, good morning. Am I missing anyone?
Good morning,
No.
Professor.
All right. Well, they are our SLC officers or student leaders are going to help answer questions for you in the chat while we talk through a couple of things about the program. So what I'm going to do is just share a slide deck with you guys, and we'll talk for just a few minutes about things that I think will help you answer a lot of your general questions. And then once I get through that, we'll open up the floor for your specific questions, and hopefully we'll be able to give you all the answers that you need. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And then hopefully here in just a second, if you guys will give me a thumbs up that you see a slide titled Program Information Session, and then we'll get started. Hopefully you all are seeing that at this point. Thank you, thank you. I see the thumbs up. All right. So let's go ahead and get that rolling. So I talked briefly already about the introduction, and we have already done that, so you know our smiley faces now. A lot of you, before I get too started, I want to gauge the room. So for those those students that are on the call that are not already in the program, have you accepted admissions? Are you getting ready to start in fall? Are you an incoming student, or are you a prospective student looking to make the decision to join our program? If you can just answer that in the chat for us, let us know if you've already accepted and you're starting, or if you're thinking about joining our program. That'll really help me tailor this presentation and get through the information that you need. If you guys wouldn't mind. No takers? Thinking about expected to start, already accepted. Fantastic. Already accepted. Good, good. Fantastic. Okay, so we have a few of you thinking about joining, but it looks like the bulk of you have already accepted your admissions and you're going to join our family at some point, either in the fall or the spring. We're so thrilled that you all are here. So let's just talk a little bit about, for our students that are thinking about it, why you might consider starting a graduate program right now. Obviously, you already know that there's a growing demand for IT. That's why you're thinking about it in the first place. And our graduate program is really designed to deepen your experience and expertise in those technical fields, in addition to building your business acumen, which really helps you become more marketable, on top of helping you find a good job. That's the whole point, right? We want to deepen our skill set so that we can choose that career that we're really looking into. So all good reasons to think about starting a graduate program at this point. What makes our ITM program really special is that we focus on the things that are important to you. We help you build those industry connections here in the DFW area, which is actually kind of a unique area where a lot of different industry comes together. And then all of our students that finish the program enjoy a pretty lucrative career after they finish the program. And then if that's not enough for you, we do our best to stay in step with industry and offer cutting edge resources and experiences that are in areas that matter to you, with top faculty and experts as the subject matter experts that are teaching you this curriculum. And then we have a ridiculously strong alumni network. Once our students finish the program, they like to stick around and they like to continue to pay that experience forward. They serve as mentors. They help give you a network connection into industry. They tend to come back and do workshops, speak for us in classes or panels to really try to help pay it forward to that next group of students. So we think we're a pretty special program. And if you don't think that those things are pretty special, the fact that we are ridiculously flexible to really, we give you all kinds of different options in modality of courses, all different kinds of options in electives, because we really want you to be able to curate your experience and build a path in the program that really aligns with what it is that you think you want to do. So we love our program, if you can't tell, and we're thrilled that you're thinking about being part of it or that you're joining us soon. On top of that, we know that we're doing well because our rankings say so. Our faculty and staff are ranked #2 in the nation for industry research, but in our area, so the entire JSOM, let me roll it back a minute. The entire JSOM faculty is ranked #2 in the nation for research, #2 in the world, not the nation. Let me correct that, the world globally. But our information systems faculty is ranked #1. So not only do we have subject matter experts from industry that are teaching you, they're also leading the pack in doing the research into information systems and what is on the cutting edge of technology. And then they bring that to you in the classroom. And then our program itself just made the top 14 list. We are ranked #13 for in the top IS schools. So we're very, very excited about that, and we hope that that continues to move forward. All right. Now, we all know that jobs are important, and we all know right now that the market is a little tough. A lot of people are experiencing some frustration and looking for that new job. But we are confident in our program that when you finish, you're going to be able to find a really great job in the field that you want to be in, and you're going to make a nice living doing it. It's taking a little bit more patience right now and a little bit more persistence, but our students are still finding jobs. 93% in 6 months is a really, really great number, and we're very, very proud of our students for that. So long story short, you're going to be able to do what you want to do if you put in the work, you're going to find that job that you're looking for. So we talked a little bit about that now, why you might want to join our program, what makes us special. Let's look at the nitty-gritty details, the actual degree, and hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions for those of you that are starting with us. What does this look like? How do I actually finish this work? So our degree itself is a 36-hour semester credit hour STEM degree. For those of you that may not know, you may see this abbreviation SCH on a lot of our website information, a lot of information that you get from the university. That means semester credit hour. Most of our courses are 3 semester credit hours. So 36 hours, if you do that math, that's 12 classes that make up the degree. There's a little bit of variance in that, but for the most part, all of our students take between 12 and 13 classes. I would say there's a couple of other requirements that you have to do, including your internship and a professional development class, but those don't count as part of those 12 courses. So you got 12 courses, 6 of them are core requirements, and then 6 of them are electives. We think that that gives you a really great way to curate your experience. Of those 6 courses, what we're doing in your core is making sure that you have the foundational technical skill to go off and take some of these more advanced electives that you're going to be really super interested in. In addition to those technical skills, which come from 3 particular courses, 3 particular core requirements, the object-oriented programming, your database foundations or data management, and your system analysis and project management. Those 3 courses are where we're building your technical foundation. And then we also require you to take 3 different courses from 3 different business areas. And that we have several different business functional areas, and you can see all of those listed here. Under each of those core functional areas, there are at least 2 or 3 classes, sometimes more, for you to choose from. So you really get to curate that. But what we're doing there, the whole purpose of those 3 business core classes is to build your business acumen so that you know how to use these incredible technical skills to solve business problems. And then once you finish those core courses, then you have a choice of over 60 electives to choose from to build out your 6 electives. And we organize our courses, our elective courses, into tracks. And you can see the 7 tracks here on the screen. Anything from ERP to cloud, cybersecurity, and healthcare. There's a slew of courses that are underneath all of those. But what we want to stress is that the tracks are optional. It's not a concentration that you have to pick and stay within that track. The only reason we put those tracks out there is to help you, the student, understand, if you have a particular interest, what courses of our 60 electives would fit into that content area. Many of our students overlap tracks. They'll pick 2 courses from cybersecurity, 2 courses from product management, and then a couple of courses from analytics. You can mix and match your electives any way you choose. So that really gives you the chance to focus in on one thing if you're really interested in it, if that's what you choose to do, or you could try something new and mix and match and combine things together to really come out with some interesting combinations of subject matter expertise. So again, those tracks are optional. You don't have to pick one and stick with it. And we try to give you a little bit of an overview of why we assigned the tracks that we did and why we listed and organized the electives this way. So this can really help you as a student that's looking at this laundry list of courses. Well, which one do I pick? I'm interested in a bunch of different things. We're really trying to help guide you there, and we offer you some resources. And if you have questions along the way, you can always ask us, or you can ask students that are in those classes that will help you understand, is this the course I really want to take, and what is it all about? I would highly encourage you to go ahead and get connected with a peer, with a student mentor. They often have perspective and ideas on things that are a little bit different from us. And, it's kind of like talking to your parents sometimes when you come and visit with either me or Professor Lacko. Your parents are telling you things that Maybe maybe you need a different perspective. Maybe you need to know from a student that's in the class, and you're a little bit more comfortable asking them those questions. So that's why we have our student leadership on the call with us today, to give you their perspective, because we like to give you information from different lenses so that you can make the best decision possible for yourself. So let's talk a little bit about those core courses. Well, I already did. We can kind of skip over that. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the combination of those 3 technical courses plus the 3 business courses, that's what's going to give you the combined impact to really make you marketable and build those skills. And we'll kind of skip over that a little bit. I already did talk about the core courses a little bit, and the electives. So I'm getting pretty close to near the end of my presentation so that you guys can ask your questions. I will tell you on this call, since several of you are prospective students, but most of you are getting ready to start, one of the biggest questions we have from students that are just coming into the program is, what about the internship? You guys want to know all about that. The most important thing that you need to know right now is that you don't need to worry about your internship right now. Coming into the program, you have to complete 2 long semesters before you can even start to apply for an internship. So the most important thing that you can do right now as a new student coming into the program is build your resume, polish up on your professionalism, attend all of the CMC workshops, pay attention in the professional development class, and really work on closing any gaps that you might have in your professional development, and figuring out a system of how to start looking for internships and leverage our Career Management Center resources so that when you finish these 2 long semesters, you can hit the ground running looking for that internship. So looking for internships, applying for internships, how do I find an internship? Those are not questions to ask just yet in your first semester. Really focus on getting all you can get out of the professional development class, building your resume, building your LinkedIn profile, and building those professional skills so that when the guardrails come off and you can start looking for that internship, that you're very well prepared. So don't let that internship requirement be a worry right now. A lot of other questions that we get are, well, the market's kind of tough right now, so what if I can't find an internship? All good. We got you covered. We know that the market fluctuates and sometimes things can be challenging. So we give you several different ways to meet that requirement. And just at a high level, one of them is, what if you just started a job in industry? Well, you can use your job to meet that requirement. What if I already have a job? Surely you don't expect me to leave my full-time job to do an internship. You're right, we don't. We let you identify a project at your job, and that can qualify to meet your internship requirement. And then you say, well, Professor Bellamy, what if I don't have a job and I'm having trouble finding an internship? I've been looking forever. I've put out like 5 million applications and I haven't gotten a call back. That's okay. We also have internship alternative courses that you can enroll in and take. Our digital consulting project class is actually really amazing. So there are all kinds of different ways that we have for you to be able to meet that internship requirement. So it doesn't need to be a huge stressor for you, especially as a new student coming into the program. We'll help you navigate that process. Professor Lacko is amazing. She has all kinds of different things to offer you and help along the way while you're navigating that internship process. And our students are also incredible. They offer internship panels at the beginning of the semesters to help you walk through that process and share with you how they've been successful. So there's a huge support network in the internship process. So I just want to put that concern at ease for you. All right. So admissions, a lot of you have already accepted, but for those of us that are on the call today that are thinking about joining us, we try to make it really easy and straightforward for you. There's a $50 application fee. If you are applying after the deadline, it goes up to $75. It's pretty straightforward. It's all in one system. You'll provide to us your previous degree transcripts and certificates. For our international students, we know that sometimes those official documents can take a while. So you can provide your unofficial documents to apply, and then we give you a full semester to get us the official documents on record. You'll need a couple of letters of recommendation, and then you'll need to write a personal statement of why you want to join ITM and why you're pursuing this degree and what are your goals. And then we also ask for your resume, and we give you a template that you can use to create that resume. So it's not too bad. Most of the time students have trouble with the official documents. That's the thing that takes the longest. But all of those things are uploaded in the Orion student portal. And then we have what we call rolling admissions. So even if you apply after the deadline, our admissions team is working very diligently to process your application and get you a decision as soon as possible. Usually it takes 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes it can take a little longer if we're in high volume times. Sometimes it's a little bit faster. But right around that 4 to 6 weeks mark is when you should be looking for a decision from us. We also are a GRE GMAT optional school. So I know sometimes that can be a barrier for our students applying to the program. Guess what? You don't need to submit those. It's your option. If you feel like, hey, I took this GRE or GMAT within the last couple of years and I scored really, really well, I want to go ahead and send that in. You absolutely sure can. But maybe you haven't taken that test. You don't need to submit that for admissions into the university. But here's the caveat on that. You do need those test scores to be eligible to apply for scholarships. So if you have the test scores on hand and you did really well, you'll want to go ahead and submit those. All right. Let's see. The other key piece is we do require English proficiency exams for our international students, but we do have a long laundry list of exemptions. And we've linked that here, which by the way, we will share these slides with everyone on the call after the call so you have access to all of this information. India is on that exemption list. So in that regard, you may not have to supply an English proficiency exam to us. We've got just a little bit more. Again, our deadlines are posted on the website and are here for you. The only difference is applications after those deadlines are fall under that late fee, so your application fee would go up. And then the next big question is, okay, great. I've decided I want to join this program. I've applied. How much is it going to cost me? Well, that's a little bit different for everyone, but UTD does a great job of putting tuition estimators out there for you, and they're actually pretty close to what your tuition and fees will be at the end of the day. And if you need a little bit more help and guidance on how much is it going to cost for me to attend UTD, our Bursars office is amazing. They can help you look at your personal situation and determine exactly how much you're going to need to pay and how you can do that. We all know that coming to school is an investment and it's costly, and figuring out finances is very important. So we try to do our best to help you estimate that up front so you know exactly what you're getting into. Okay, a couple of extra resources for you, and then we'll open it up to questions and answers. One of the first big questions we get are, do you have any scholarships? And the answer to that question is yes, we do. We have 2 scholarships in JSOM. One is the Dean's Excellence Scholarship and one is the Program Excellence Scholarship. The Program Excellence Scholarship is for all first semester students, first time students. We used to do that automatically, but now we actually have an application for that. And for that Program Excellence Scholarship, I know I said earlier you need the GRE GMAT for your scholarships. Well, for the Program Excellence Scholarship, it's not required. So you can go ahead and apply for that scholarship as a first-time student with the same information that you applied to the program with. So I encourage all of you on the call that are thinking about joining us, if you apply and you decide that you do want to attend UTD, then go ahead and apply for that Program Excellence Scholarship as well. For continuing students, we have the Dean's Excellence Scholarship, and you do need your GMAT GRE for that scholarship application. But those scholarships applications open every semester, and this summer we actually rolled it out for summer as well. We hope to continue that. So all 3 terms, spring, summer, and fall, the scholarships are available to our students. So we try to make it really easy for you. And then the next question that we usually get after that is, okay, I don't qualify for a scholarship. Is there any TA possibility or any on-campus job that I might be eligible for? So as first-time students, there is no opportunity to be a TA. We ask that you complete a semester before you're eligible to apply for that. But we do have on-campus jobs that are available, and we have a portal that lists them all. It's called Handshake, and you are welcome to go onto Handshake and apply for any on-campus job that you are qualified for. And our team does the very best that they can to position students to be successful in those jobs. So there are all kinds of opportunities available for you to earn some money while you're here and get a really great experience. And then lastly, we have a large mentoring organization. Not only does our SLC mentor you when you're a first-time student coming in, our mentoring team from our leadership council will reach out to you and say, hey, I'm your student mentor. I'm going to check in on you a couple of times a semester. Not only do you get a student mentor, you also have faculty mentor opportunities available. You have myself and Professor Lacko available to you. And then on top of that, we have alumni that volunteer to be your mentor as well. So you have the opportunity to have at least 3 or 4 mentors to help you through the program. And what's really great about that is you get lots of different perspective, and you can use these relationships as you best that fit your schedule the best and that fit your experience the best. So maybe you're doing really, really well and you don't have a whole lot of questions. There's not going to be anyone that is pushing you to do something or be mentored if you don't need it. We're all here at your disposal, and we want you to have the best experience possible, and we want to be available and accessible for you. So we try to give you lots of different opportunities to build those relationships. Let's see, what else do we have? And then lastly, you're in the DFW area. Lots of different fun things that go on that are really close to campus. The Richardson area is a really vibrant, diverse community. And then if you just want to get away, the downtown DFW area is maybe 20 miles drive from here. It's not even that far. So lots of different opportunities, lots of different diversity and activities that are happening on a regular basis. In addition to being a hub of several different industries, DFW is unique that way. We have, the what is it? It's gas and electric that's here, as well as finance, banking and finance, healthcare. We kind of are this interesting hub of several different industries. So there's no lack of opportunity or shortage of experience to be had. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and skip over that slide. We've talked a little bit about student organizations with our SLC being on the call today. That is something for our new students. I would highly encourage you to get connected with a club that sounds interesting to you. That is such a big part of the student experience while you're here on campus, to build that tribe, to build that network of people that have the same interests as you and the same aspirations as you. And there is no shortage of that opportunity here in JSOM. We have over 40 student clubs, I think, at this point. And if there's not a club in the list that seems interesting to you, you can always start one. So I would highly, highly encourage you to get involved in a student organization. And then last but not least, we have some other helpful links that you should think about bookmarking. Our program information is top of the list, and then scholarships, ISSO, and any other thing that you need. We'll make sure that this is available to you and that you should bookmark them in case you need to find any of this information in the future. With that, I am done with my short presentation, and we'll share these LinkedIn sites and emails and things like that with you in the chat. And we'll also make sure that you get a copy of these slides. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then you guys have an open forum to ask us any questions that we can help you answer. And our student leaders will actually help you with some of these as well. And I can see in the chat, we've also been already answering several things. So at this point, it's your time. Please let us know what questions you have so that we can help get you pointed in the right direction. You can raise your hand or you can just come off mute. You can ask us in the chat, however you're comfortable. How do we start enrolling to the classes after we receive a visa? That's a really great question. So you've already gotten your visa. Have you already, you've already received your I-20 at this point. You've already been accepted to the university. So at this point, you would be able to log into your student portal. And the first thing, and that's in Orion, where you applied, you should be able to log into your student portal. And one of the first things that you'll want to pay attention to is your enrollment appointment date. Now, some students get confused and they think that the enrollment appointment date means I need to come in person and meet with someone. No, you actually don't. The enrollment appointment date is just the date that you have been given and assigned so that you can start enrolling in classes. So if your enrollment appointment date has passed, and you have no holds on your account. That's the next thing to check for. Your enrollment date has passed. Do I have any holds? If you have any holds, it's important that you go and look and see what that hold is for. And then secondarily, what office put that hold on your account. It could be the bursar, it could be student health, it could be advising. It's important to know who put the hold on because that is who you're going to go talk to get the hold removed. It's a lot of times we get questions from students, can you please help me clear my hold? And as much as I or Professor Lacko would love to help you remove that hold, we do not have the ability to do that. And so it's important to go to the office that placed the hold because they're the only ones that can help you remove it. And then after your holds are removed, then you are free to start picking your classes and putting them in your cart. And then when you add all of the classes to your cart or to your schedule that you would like to be enrolled in, then you check out and you get the green check mark that says your registration has been completed. And that's how you enroll. And we have lots of great videos that show you step by step how to add a course or swap a course or drop a course. So I hope I answered that question for you. Okay, a great question on what is the timeline to receive scholarships. So our scholarship committee reviews scholarship applications on a weekly basis. So they are working very, very diligently to get through all of those applications and get everyone a response as quickly as possible. I will tell you that they give the timeline of 4 weeks. So if their timeline is 4 weeks, I would kind of stick to that. But again, they do work as diligently as they can to get them processed as quickly as possible, especially the closer we get to the start of the semester, because they know that it's important for you to know what scholarships you have been awarded. So you just applied on April 9th. I would tell you to give it at least another week. And then if you haven't received any notification of award at that point, you are welcome to reach out to the scholarships office and ask them, and they will do their best to respond to you. Thank you for that question. All right, I see another one. If I plan on using my GI Bill, how does that process work? That's a great question. The first person I would have you have a discussion with is our financial aid office. And then the second office would be our advising office. There are a fair amount of documents that have to be provided for the GI Bill and that you have to fill out, but we have an entire office that will work with you to make sure that we have everything we need and that goes very, very smoothly for you. So it's for that GI Bill question, it's all about getting you connected with the right office so that you can go through the process.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for the session. I wanted
You're
to understand
welcome.
what is the Michelle. Hello. Thanks for the session. I wanted to understand what is the deferment process in case visa gets rejected or the earliest visa slot available is beyond August.
Okay, so we do have a deferment process. It's actually pretty straightforward. There is let me pull up that website for you. It'll take me just a quick second to find it, and then I'll share that with you. It's actually a pretty straightforward process. There's a form that you fill out on the admission, deferred admissions, UTD. It's a form that you fill out and it's pretty straightforward. Here is the website. And it's all the way down at the bottom. There's a section that says need to defer your admissions, and I'll share my screen really quickly for you so that you all can see it on this call. And there's just simply a deferment form that you enter through your Galaxy student portal. And they give you a link right here to make a request. And you can defer your start date for up to 2 semesters. So we understand that sometimes the visa process can be a challenge. And so as long as you're doing this before census day of the semester that you were admitted, it's very straightforward and very simple. It's one form that's submitted and it goes through advising and all of the other offices, and then your admissions is just put on hold for the following semester. So hopefully that answers your question.
It does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I see a question in the chat. I want to confirm my transcript submission. I see that my to-do list now mentions submitting official transcripts. I want to clarify that. I've completed 5 semesters and this is my 6th. Okay. Should I submit email to JSOM or wait until the 6th? Oh, that's a tricky question. I honestly would wait until your 6th semester results are in and then send that in, right? Because for admissions, we only need your unofficial documents. So if you have an unofficial document that shows through 5 semesters completed, then share that. And then you have your first full semester to send us the official documents. So I would request the official documents after that 6th semester is completed, so you don't need to request it twice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Professor, one
I
more.
just want another question. Like, those are also my official transcript. Like, when I applied to the UTD, and they
Mhm.
said that it would be accepted.
Oh, maybe I didn't
So
understand your
they
question.
got accepted. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm just thanking you for the question, answering my question, and just that they accepted my unofficial transcript, so I can submit to you after my 6th semester transcripts are done.
Okay, I didn't understand the timeline. Rishab, did you have a comment?
Yes, Professor Bellamy. So the thing is, it's completely okay to submit the like the unofficial transcripts right now, if it's
Mhm.
still till 5th semester. But eventually, when you come here, you have to submit the complete official transcripts that are given by the university when you graduate, or you need to ask your university to provide the official transcript with their signature and everything, with all the grades and all marked properly, to sum up the grades that you have, and then submit those official transcript in an envelope to the university. Then only this to do and everything gets cleared out. And you get one year of time, like 2 semesters, complete 2 semesters when you are in like US to submit the official transcripts. So
Okay,
right now
thank
it's
Oh,
you.
yeah.
completely
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. We're saying
Good.
the same thing. We're saying the same thing. So that's
Huh.
good that we're giving the same information. Okay, well, hopefully that answers the question on that. Thank you, Rishab. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Hi, Michelle. I'm Smita.
Hi, good morning.
I'm from Bangalore, India. Good morning. So I have received my F1 visa. So I wanted to make the enrollment, and I wanted to know whom should I connect for the further process, because I have no idea like what should I do next.
Okay, so there are a lot of steps there between getting your F1 and becoming and enrolling. So you've already been admitted, correct? You've already received admissions, good. So now at this point, the next thing to do is to log into your student portal, check for your enrollment date, and check to see if you have any holds on your account. Your enrollment date needs to have passed, and you need to revise or take care of any holds that you have on your account before you can enroll in any classes. So that's the first step.
Okay, I was just checking, being on this call. Like I have no holds, and I checked that I'm not able to see the enrollment appointment date anywhere. Like if you can guide me, it will be helpful.
So we have a really great website that gives you step-by-step videos on how to register and find your enrollment date. So I'm going to give you that website. And the first thing when you scroll down, it'll say review the academic calendar. And then step 2 is check your enrollment date. And they show you exactly how to do that in that little short video. So that way you have a screen in front of you that can guide you through step by step.
Sure, yeah, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, do we have any other questions that we can help you with?
Yeah, hi, Professor. So this
Hi,
is
good morning.
Yes. So I have my H4 visa and I'll be traveling in the month of August and I'll be applying for the change of status there. So will I be able to enroll for the classes now?
Yes, an H-4 visa is treated like a domestic student. So you don't have a lot of the requirements and restrictions that F1 visa holders have. So you should be able to, as long as your enrollment appointment has passed and you have no holds, you should be able to enroll just fine.
Okay. Thank you. And also one more question. So I do have received this program scholarship. So in case if I want to choose 4 courses in my first semester, am I allowed to choose?
You're allowed to choose 4, but I highly discourage you from choosing 4. Um, you're the one that knows best, and you're the one that needs to make the best decision for yourself. But what we see in general, we recommend students only take 3 classes at a time. One being for every credit hour that every hour you're in class, you're going to spend about 2 hours outside of class preparing and doing assignments, maybe more. So already at 9 semester credit hours, you're going to spend an additional 18 hours outside of class doing work for those classes. So that can fill up your schedule really, really quickly, and not taking that 4th class will cut into the time that you should be networking, taking advantage of the professional resources that we have, and building an experience that will help you be successful. And then just from a pure numbers perspective, we do have a fair amount of students that take 4 classes and do really, really well. But in general, a lot of students that take those 4 struggle, and you need to keep a 3.0 or above GPA, which is a B average, to stay off of academic probation. And so what we see is a lot of students that take those 4 courses or try to take 5 courses wind up on academic probation after the first semester, which makes things much more challenging for you. So I would say obviously make the best decision for yourself, but don't overload your schedule and lose the opportunity to take advantage of all of the other great things that the program offers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions we can help you with? We're so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us today.
Michelle, I have one question before we close. I wanted to understand if there is any change in the CPT process, or if there is status quo that's maintained. Because I did hear from quite a lot of sources that there might be some changes that will be implemented.
There are no changes that we have documented at this point. And we have an entire office. The ISSO is dedicated to helping you with CPT and OPT. There are no changes at this point. Everything is very well documented on their site, and we have not had any indication of that process changing at all. I know there's some worry. Those are great questions.
Do we have any prospects about it, or we do not have any idea?
There's no indication. We're operating at status quo right now. There is no indication that that process will change, that there will be any additional requirements or any implications whatsoever.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, well, last call for any questions and things that we can help you get pointed in the right direction on. Please feel free to speak up. And sometimes myself, I'm on a call and I don't have a question right now, but then 2 seconds after I get off the call, I think, oh shoot, I should ask that. So if you have questions after the call, we'll share our email addresses with you, our main program email, as well as my email and Professor Lacko's email. Sorry, I'm getting caught up on my words. If you have questions after the call, you can reach out to us. I see a question in the chat. Can you please elaborate? You are required to complete the 1 semester credit hour. Yes, everyone is required to take MAS 6102. If you're a working professional, then if you're a working professional and you have a job here in the United States already, you do have the opportunity of waiving that requirement. But I do highly encourage everyone on the call to take a look at this MAS 6102. And if you're an international student coming into the university, then you are required to take this course. So you'll just enroll in the appropriate course that fits your schedule. And I promise you that it is a very useful course. That's why we require it.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
I can see on the Orion website, I can see on the financial aid, I think, tile. After I enter, I can see the anticipated competitive waiver. Is it similar to Program Excellence Scholarship, which is awarded by JSO, or is it different?
I didn't hear the scholarship name. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Anticipated competitive waiver. I'll quickly send you the screenshot.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that award, but it should very clearly tell you what that award is on your offer letter. It'll tell you how much they're awarding you and for the period of time.
Is it related to FAFSA, FAFSA?
I don't know, I'm sorry, but you could ask the financial aid office. You could reach out to them and they could help clarify that for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Rishabh. Yes, go ahead.
So, Professor, it's the same, one of those scholarships similar to the grad and the scholarships that UTD provide. So this scholarship also provides at least $1,000, which means if you are getting $1,000 scholarship, like as in scholarship, you'll be into the in-state tuition fees and 50% fees will be waived off. So according to the UTD website, it shows that it's same as the other scholarships, and it's mainly for the qualifying competitive scholarships for the non Texas resident tuition. Actually, it's
Okay.
for non. It's for only pay the Texas resident tuition fees for the non-resident people.
Okay.
So is
And
it
this,
considered as program excellence scholarship,
That
or
I
would
think
that be different?
no, we need to check that because like on the website it's not mentioned it's under that program or not.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
yeah, I don't think it's considered the program excellence. I think it's something different that,
Different.
and that Rishab was able to find that on our website. You guys are so fast. Thank you for finding that. And this is why we have multiple people on the call to help us. You guys have great questions, and I don't always know the answers, but I have wonderful people that are part of the program that do know the answers. Thank you, Rishab.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the next question? Is there any minimum time duration of the internship needed to complete the internship requirement? Also, we need to complete 2 semesters on F1 visa only before applying for. So I'm going to actually ask Professor Lacko to address that internship question. Since she deals with this every day, she probably has a very succinct answer for you.
So as far as the duration of the internship, it needs to be at least half a semester, right? Which is 9 weeks, right? And you can take a class along with it for the duration of that. As for the visa question, I'm not 100% sure. I don't, if you're completing 2 long semesters, it doesn't matter if you're on an H4 or an F1, then you're going to be able to you're going to be able to have your internship at that point. It may be different since one of them is an H1, is an H4, but definitely 2 semesters, you would be fine. Does that make sense?
Professor, I'd like to add one more thing. I have my friend who's on H4 right now. So on H4, you can't work legally. Like you can't like you can't do any internship. So they are planning to switch and come to F1 this semester. So in H4, you can't do the internship over here in US. It's like that.
I think we understood. I hope that answered your question. So I see a question on there. I would like to know when we would hear feedback on financial aid for summer. Again, the summer scholarships just opened a little bit ago, so it would be it would it should be at least a few weeks before you hear back. 4 to 6 weeks is the depending upon when you applied. So summer is getting ready to start here in we end in May, so it'll be in the beginning of June. I would say, we've still got a little bit of time before you would hear, maybe beginning of May.
So there was a question I answered in the chat, but I want to make sure it's clear. If you start in the summer, when are you eligible to start an internship? You would be eligible fall of the following year because you need the 2 long semesters. So that would be fall after the summer. So say it's summer 25, you would have fall 25, spring 26, and then you could do an internship either in summer of 26 or fall of 26.
Perfect, thank you. Summers don't count when we're looking at the timeline for internships. Okay, you guys have lots of great questions. Thank you.
Hello, Professor. I've got
Hello.
another question.
Mhm.
So, my university is located outside the United States. So, if the university directly emails the transcripts to the admission team, would it be considered official?
I'm sorry, I didn't clearly understand your question. I think there's maybe some speaker feedback. Did anyone else pick up the question? Okay, Marianne did. No. Maybe if you would you please type it in the chat for us? That way we can clearly understand and make sure that we're answering your question for you.
Professor, what he asked is, so they're in university, the way they work is they do not give transcript to the students directly, and they send it directly to the university they are getting admitted to. So his question is, will that be considered as an official transcript, that university to university?
Yes, I believe so. They would only send your official transcript. And so we have international clearinghouses that goes through. And so from one university to another is official documentation. Thank you, Rohit. I did not pick up his call or his question clearly.
Yeah, because I had a couple of friends who had the same thing. Their universities do not hand over the transcript. They are like, we'll send it. You just tell us which university it has to go to. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep, that counts. It will come with an official seal and signature. Okay, well, we are getting close to the 30-minute mark here into the top of our hour call. We will remind you that we'll put our emails here in the chat for you to reach out to us if you have any additional questions. And we will share the slides and the recording of this webinar so that is available for you to go back and look over that information. And I guess last but not least, for those of you that are getting ready to start with us in the summer or fall, welcome to our family. We're so glad you're here. And for those of you thinking about joining our family, we are thrilled that you spent some time with us, and hopefully we were able to answer all the questions that you had. And we would love to see you apply and be part of our family in the upcoming semesters. So with that, I'll say have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're located. And please feel free to reach out to us if you need anything else. We're looking forward to hearing from you. All right, guys. Bye for now then.
Thank you.